just haunting the career of Drew McIntyre.
But again, what did we talk about this earlier tonight with this
potentially LA Knight.
Maybe to pot too, because he's just delivering headbutt after headbutt tonight. And that's, for all intents and purposes,
He back.
one-on-one matchup.
Backlash.
The timekeeper's there. Triple moonsault. Knight rolled out of harm's way. Now it's LA Knight's turn.
It's the moonsault that has taken everyone out. LA Knight just getting away in the nick of time. What does everybody want?
From the top rope. Big elbow. Down goes the champ. Knight now, top rope again. Delivers the elbow to the heart of Fatu. Knight into the cover to retain, and since they regain his championship, and a kick out of 2.5.
So smart of the megastar. You have to stack offense against something. Wait a second.
Meanwhile, the fight between McIntyre and Priest is now spilled out onto the floor seats of the WWE fans here. McIntyre driven off an equipment case and out talking trash to the camera.
Well, you certainly can't win a match all the way out there. These two completely focused on one another and not victory at this point, it seems.
Oh, they going now. McIntyre and Priest up in that area for where our audio and our video equipment are all stored. Those massive crates.
Nothing positive ever happens from this position.
And now up top, McIntyre looking to take Priest out of the entire equation.
That was a long old drop goal.
Priest now
Breaking the eyeballs of McIntyre.
little payback. And again, the rage, the disdain between these two coming to a boiling point tonight. Priest lifting McIntyre upside the head and choke slam all the way to the floor.
My God, that was a kamikaze south of heaven taking out McIntyre, but at what cost?
McIntyre's down. Priest is down. LA Knight and Fatu are down in ringside as we take another look. Watch this impact wave.
Oh my God, a standard south of heaven is bad enough, but with the elevated height on the table, both men, such is their level of hatred for one another.
Again, we speculated about this earlier. Would it affect these two men in this match? And apparently it has, Wade.
Well, medical staff have understandably sprinted out here. That may have been an error from Damian Priest, who saw the red rag before his eyes. The mist descended, and there is now a somber chill in the air as these two men are in great danger.
And again, remember, Wade, there are no countouts, there are no disqualifications. This matchup ends only with pinfall or submission. So LA Knight realizing that, trying to take advantage as he sends the champ Fatu into the ring post.
Well, I'm completely writing off McIntyre and Priest. Oh God, at this point, this is a one-on-one match and it's getting really, really ugly.
And now Fatu on our announce table. The hood of the announce table compressed into our laps, and now using the front of the announce table as a weapon to Fatu. Take him down. Works on the announce table here.
Well, the referee's completely unable to prevent any of this carnage going on. Match continues.
What up, y'all? What up? Where y'all from?
Right, heading up to the second rope. And look who's here. Solo Sikoa.
What up, G? From
Jacob
India.
Fatu off the table. And maybe saving his championship.
Pays to have backup in this game, and LA Knight just knew that his chance of victory went begging. You got to be kidding me. You got to be kidding me.
Look out! A clothesline! Who the hell? Oh my God! Wait, that's one of the biggest free agents on the planet.
Oh my God!
That's Jeff Cobb.
Oh, Jeff Cobb.
Assaulting LA Knight, sending him to the post.
Apparently doing solos.
Jeff Cobb just pulled up. Backlash.
LA Knight completely blindsided, has absolutely no idea what hit him or who hit him.
This guy is just a ball of muscle and menace.
He just crushed Knight's spine against the ring post. And now Sense Knight back into the ring. Fatu now coming to at ringside.
Joe Cobb. He was in AEW. They gotta be a bite. If you put bots in the chat in the live.
The assault on a now defenseless LA Knight again, Wade. Fatu looks as perplexed as the rest
Shout
of
out to
us.
the 5 people that was in here. I like share, subscribe to the new people that come in. Hit that like button.
Apparently had no clue.
And Fatu retains the United States Championship.
Here is your winner, and still the United States Champion, the Samoan Werewolf, Jacob Fatu.
20.
Retains thanks to that intervention, but it does not appear that Jacob Fatu wanted any gift or any help whatsoever.
Jacob Fatu wins the fatal 4-way match for the United States Championship. Wade, remember what Solo Sikoa said last night on SmackDown? He said, I'm out of soldiers. And you gotta wonder, is this man his newest soldier?
I'm used to the WWE wanting a piece of me, but now that I use the Old Spice cracking doors, I gotta look out for everyone else. I get it. They all want the 24/7 fresh. Keep in mind, Grandpa knows a good smell. When he takes it. Now I'm the Old Spice guy. Oh, I'm the Old Spice guy.
On June 28th, from Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, champions live here. WWE United Champions for the first time ever in Kingdom Arena, Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Tickets available soon on WeBook.
Well, folks, the General Entertainment Authority, in cooperation with WWE, has announced that Night of Champions will be held at Kingdom Arena in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia on Saturday, June 28th. Friday night SmackDown emanates from Kingdom Arena the night before. This marks the first time SmackDown will be held in Saudi Arabia's capital. General ticket sale information and further event updates available in the upcoming week. And tonight, WWE Backlash is presented by Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. Injured? Go to 4thepeople.com. A lot to talk about already as we get set for the Backlash post-show. Immediately following the main event here tonight on Peacock, the WWE social media channel. Jackie, Peter, and Big E will break things down. You see the array of special guests that are going to be on the event later on tonight. Our main event tonight here in St. Louis, Missouri, John Cena versus Randy Orton. Their storied rivalry began 25 years ago. They've had 23 one-on-one matches in their career. Tonight could be the final time they meet in WWE. But before we get there, it's a heated rivalry born in betrayal. Lyra Valkyria looks to claim redemption as she faces off with Becky Lynch in a match for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. Will Lyra finally strike back at the man and settle the score? It's an all-Irish showdown for the Women's Intercontinental Championship up next.
All right.
Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez defend the women's tag team titles against Lyra Valkyria. Hopefully she's found a partner. Bailey was attacked yesterday.
Looks like you got about 24 hours to find any partner.
So who will it be?
Check.
The man is back.
Lyra Valkyria and Becky Lynch have become great friends over the last couple of years.
What up to the two people in the chat? What's good?
Be able to be here.
I'll hit the like
quite
button.
amazing, especially to be
Y'all don't
part of this
mind. Like, share, subscribe to the channel.
What happened to Bailey? Lyra was given 24 hours to find herself a new partner.
Double champion with the man, dream come true. I feel like a massive life goal was completed today, and I couldn't be happier.
Liv and Raquel take on Becky and Lyra. Women's Tag Team Championship rematch. Very disappointed Becky Lynch. Lyra Valkyria as well. Not quite the way they wanted the Raw after WrestleMania to go.
Oh! The hell is Becky Lynch doing?
To a woman who adored her, who looked up to her as a mentor.
Got me every fresh shoe. Got the orange shoes this time.
The man is back in business, so let's get down to business. Bailey was tragically taken out of her WrestleMania match. It was me. The friend of my enemy is my enemy. And that brings me to Lyra. Lyra wouldn't be in this business. If it wasn't for me, I had high hopes for Lyra. While I was out, she was posing up to the woman who I've been fighting for the last 6 years.
You had high hopes for me. Do you know how many women in that locker room warned me about you? I didn't buy any of it because of the hopes that I had for you. But I finally see it now. Are you thinking about the last time we went one-on-one when I beat you and took your championship?
She doesn't have a dream if it isn't for me. She doesn't make history if it isn't for me.
Backlash. If I put this title on the line.
I'm gonna make that matter like I made you matter.
You never made me matter. I made me matter.
It doesn't matter how good you think you are. I'm the greatest to ever do it.
I am no longer interested in being the next Becky Lynch. I am Lyra Valkyria, and I am going to be a better person than you. And I already know I'm a better wrestler than you.
Damn. making this poll.
It's been nearly a year since Becky Lynch has been in a one-on-one match here at WWE. She lost a steel cage match to Liv Morgan at that point in time. Had a couple of tag team matchups, of course, at WrestleMania, and then the night that she turned on Lyra Valkyria. Will that come into play tonight, Wade? She really hasn't had this match in a year.
I think she's fine. She's absolutely ready. She's blind. Class is permanent. And you shake off the ring rust in a heartbeat when you're as good as Becky Lynch.
Storyline wise,
And this match is
going to see
tonight by Cricket. Fast and powerful nationwide 5G coverage. You can stress less and smile more. Becky Lynch, a 7-time world champion. Royal Rumble winner, couple-time tag team champ, former NXT women's champion as well.
It all, but now gets a chance to add one more in the form of the Women's Intercontinental Championship. Woo! Don't. Woo! Don't.
oh, that's still her.
And her opponent from Dublin, Ireland, she is the Women's Intercontinental Champion, Lyra Valkyria.
She won a 12-person tournament to become the inaugural Women's Intercontinental Champion back in January. Very proud champion, holding the title for 100+ days. We would learn that it was Becky Lynch, the woman who attacked Bayley, who was supposed to team with Lyra Valkyria for the tag titles at WrestleMania. Becky and Lyra would go on to win the titles, and then Becky would turn her back on this woman, a woman who looked up, idolized Becky Lynch, who was a protege of sorts, only to be betrayed after losing the tag team championship match.
It was the ultimate feel-good story when these two won the tag championships at WrestleMania 41, only to capitulate 24 hours later. Lyra Valkyria, I would argue, ruined the triumphant return of one of the biggest names in the industry after an 11-month absence.
Yeah, well, Becky Lynch forcing her way into that matchup after attacking Bayley. Nonetheless, this is for the Intercontinental Championship. Lyra Valkyria, Becky Lynch. Lyra does own a victory over Becky back in 2023, Halloween Havoc at NXT. Lyra would beat Becky Lynch to take the NXT Women's Championship.
People would argue that was a fluke victory if you check out exactly how that went down.
Like,
it
share,
was
subscribe.
a very quick pin out of nowhere.
Backlash.
And Becky Lynch is about to make amends for that tonight.
Well, fluke or not, she won. And if Lyra beats Becky tonight, are you going to call that a fluke as well, Wade?
If she does it in a fluky way, I certainly will.
Referee Jessica Carr going to have her hands full in this matchup here tonight. In an interview with Sports Illustrated, Lyra Valkyria said Becky loved being an idol. She tried to be helpful. Once was helpful with the women in the locker room. That has completely changed. Now Becky has become jealous and bitter and wants to take the top spot from anyone she can.
I personally do not agree on that perspective of Lyra Valkyria whatsoever. Becky Lynch continues to show tough love to the young Dubliner, formerly idolized Becky Lynch, and basically used Becky Lynch as the blueprint to her own success.
Nice leapfrog arm drag takedown into the looking for a cover, and she does get it here. A kick out. Deep arm drag by Becky. Lyra said that Becky Lynch no longer cares who she hurts. Lyra said, I will not be walked on.
That was about a little bit of gratitude from Lyra Valkyria. Becky Lynch has basically given Lyra Valkyria the exact know-how how to make it in this game and become a major star and champion. Well, thank you occasionally, dude.
A lot of thank yous. She's a protege of Becky's. Looked up to her. Learned a lot from Becky.
And now all she does is badmouth Becky Lynch.
Well, Becky brought that upon herself, and look at this, turning things around. He didn't move by Valkyria.
This Boston crowd is about to get even worse for Becky Lynch.
And Lyra punishing Lynch here with the Intercontinental title on the line. Will Becky give up here?
This move is equal parts painful and equal parts humiliating. Dominance in the early goings from the youngster Valkyria.
Yeah, this is a great confidence being shown by Lyra here. Slow pace. punishing Becky, making her pay.
There'll be some smack in the process. I'm not going to argue the technical acumen of Lyra Valkyria. My God, surfboard.
And Becky in trouble again. Will she give up to Valkyria with the title on the line? Lyra Valkyria is coming to her own. This is not the Lyra Valkyria that Becky faced 2 years ago.
It's not the Lyra Valkyria of 6 weeks ago, and that is thanks to Becky Lynch. It's tough love. It showed growth in the mindset of Lyra Valkyria.
And look at Valkyria putting on a clinic here against one of the all-time greats. Shoulders are down. Becky's got a kick.
I get this match, like I said, first match, 10 out of 10 off rip. This match,
Oh, look at this. Northern Lights.
the crowd they into it, but I give us 6.5 seconds so far.
On the backboard from the off.
It's gonna be one of the weak points anyway.
Becky Lynch has brought this out of Lyra, and I agree with you on that point. Lyra's come out of her shell. Much more confident, much more vocal, believes in herself now, has had an incredible title reign. WWE fans are behind her, and Valkyria now with a kick driving Becky to the barricade.
So what you're telling me is there is method to the madness of the former mentor, Becky Lynch.
I didn't think Becky expected this out of Lyra, but she's getting it here tonight at Backlash. I really love watching the development of this woman. Lyra Valkyria, world champ. At some point in her future, no doubt about that. Becky Lynch now, and there's the better. As Lyra took a bit too much time heading up to the top rope, and now Becky Lynch on the attack.
Yeah, Becky Lynch showing that finesse that has made her a top-level star in this industry. And Becky Lynch, as much as anyone else, did not have an easy climb to the top in this game. Nobody rolled out the red carpet for her. Why the hell should she roll out the red carpet for people like Lyra Valkyria?
Becky wants the Intercontinental title again. She's been a world champ, an NXT champ, a tag champ, a Royal Rumble winner. Would love to become the second ever Intercontinental champion, and now really taking it out on Valkyria. And she's got to be careful here because Lyra's got the champ's advantage. She's got to be pinned or submitted for Becky to win the title. Here's the cover. Now by Becky and a kick out at 2.
And it's one thing coming out of the blocks hot. It's another thing riding through that storm and showing you have champion caliber endurance and durability. And right now we're seeing that Becky Lynch has taken the sting out of the tail of Lyra Valkyria.
Yeah, Becky the veteran slowing things down, now controlling Lyra. Big slap across the face. This is all mental now, Wade, right? Mind games, establishing dominance.
There's the clear weakness when it comes to Lyra Valkyria against Becky Lynch. Move for move, hold for hold, athleticism for athleticism. You can't put a piece of paper between them. But the mindset of Becky Lynch is conquering. There's still some naivety, some innocence to Lyra Valkyria, and that in this game is a massive problem.
And now Lyra Valkyria able to roll through. Nobody home for Becky, and Becky losing the ropes to her advantage. And there's the exploder. Becky again looking to win the championship. Shoulders down and a kick out. You know, Big E talked about this with us in the Countdown show, that the fact that it takes a long time to find yourself here in WWE. It doesn't happen in weeks, it doesn't happen in months, it takes years to get to that point. Lyra's just on the cusp of that.
Yeah, verbally she's certainly already there. These past few weeks has been a completely different persona and attitude from Valkyria. Now you have to back that up in-ring, bell-to-bell with the brightest spotlights on a PLE against one of the very best. It's a tall order.
And Becky Lynch, who again admitted to attacking Bayley a few weeks ago and very vocal about Bayley in recent weeks.
I'll tell you right now, Bayley being taken out of that matchup effectively allowed these two to win the gold. The end justifies the means. And Lyra Valkyria got the greatest spotlight of her entire career. Thanks to Becky Lynch taking
Becky's screaming at that name, who is the fiancé of Lyra Valkyria, sitting in the front row here at ringside. And that just tipped Lyra off, and she's fighting back now against Becky.
Certainly add insult to injury, goading your opponent's future family member while defeating her and taking away a championship.
For the title. And a kick out. And again, a great mind game by the veteran. Bring out the emotion in Lyra. force her to make a mistake.
Exactly the level Lyra Valkyria needs to round her game out to if she wants to be a future Hall of Famer like the man Becky Lynch. Bruised and bloody, but in full control is Becky Lynch.
Yeah, but that's how she made her name, right? Bruised and bloody, the name.
With her nose splattered across her
Oh, look at
face.
Lyra now, a very defiant Lyra Valkyria with a slap to Becky Lynch, and Lyra now.
I'm so ready for the match to be over with. Man, more than him.
The audacity of Lyra Valkyria.
What a counter.
It's trying to pick up, but they ain't interested for real.
Trying to set Becky up. Down goes Lynch.
Tremendous power there from Lyra Valkyria, fighting through the pain in that onslaught of slaps from Lynch. And managing to get a little breathing room finally.
It is for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. There's been only one Intercontinental Champion. That would be Lyra Valkyria, holding the title for over 100 days and trying to fight back here against one of the all-time greats in Becky Lynch. And Lyra now with a clothesline, starting to build some momentum, and this is the fire we've been talking about that Lyra's been showing as of late.
This is the adaptive and reflexive brilliance of Lyra Valkyria. Figuring it out as you go along. It's why she's had so much success thus far.
Cartwheel turned into the Enziguri, follows it up now. And that sit-out powerbomb, cover, and a kick out by Lynch. And Lyra almost pleading with our official, Jessica Carr. What do I need to do to put Becky away?
It was a nice effort there from Lyra Valkyria. She simply didn't get the height on that powerbomb to put away someone the caliber of Becky Lynch. And that's signs of fatigue on the body of the champion.
And 17,155 sold out at the Enterprise Center in St. Louis, Missouri tonight for Backlash. Jacob Fatu saw him retain the United States Championship just a few moments ago. And Lyra will do the same for the Women's Intercontinental title. Or will Becky Lynch win the gold? What a physical battle, and I'm impressed with the way that Lyra's going toe-to-toe with Becky.
Completely hanging in there, and this is not a position that challenger Lynch wants to find herself in.
From the top rope, in trouble, what a superplex! Lyra able to hold her up there for maximum impact. And Becky able to kick out it too.
Shows you how well-rounded physically Lyra Valkyria truly is. This stalling suplex off the second rope there, connecting flush on the lower back of Becky Lynch. Taking out your ability to kick out or just about. Becky Lynch was able to dig deep enough to keep this one going.
WWE fans applauding this great matchup for the Women's Intercontinental title. Becky, nice standing switch by Valkyria. Roll up now, shoulders down. Becky turns it around.
What y'all got up for this Saturday, man? Y'all good? Where y'all from? Y'all put in the chat. Where y'all from?
Tell me that was instinct, Wayne. That was premeditated.
A wily veteran move, it just didn't pay off.
And Becky, down goes Valkyria. Cover by Lynch. Can she do it here? Almost had her.
And now Becky Lynch is realizing she perhaps underestimated the resolve of the champion tonight. Valkyria has been outstanding. I expect that every time from Becky Lynch.
There's a physical and mental exhaustion being shown by two of these women as this sold-out crowd looks on. Becky trying to get fired up now. Begging Lyra to get to her feet so Becky can put her away. Looking for the manhandle slam. Counter by Valkyria. Into the corner goes Lynch. And Becky got caught this time. Went to the well once too often, and Lyra was able to capitalize.
Unfortunately for Lynch, she managed to land on her feet.
Over the top and take it out. The challenger.
Immediately pouncing. Lyra Valkyria just when Becky Lynch thought she was out of danger. Nowhere to hide against this woman.
Lyra top rope, leg drop to the back of the neck.
Peripatia. A move she perfected in NXT UK.
And that slight hesitation, and there, right there, Wade, you see the inexperience.
Complete indecision there. Shot that she had. Performance, oh my God. Looks on. Oh. Lynch tried to get her knees up. I don't think she quite connected.
Yeah, but she did a bit. She didn't get all of it, but it was enough. It was just enough. So watch this.
This is that Perry Patia that she won many matches with, took it to gold in NXT UK back in the day. This indecision, though, before going for the pin, perhaps cost her this one. Knees up, catching the edge, you're right, Cole, of the frame of Lyra Valkyria, just allowing Becky Lynch to escape the worst of it.
And again, a slight indecision shows you the inexperience of Lyra. Will it cost her in this match against Lynch?
That's the growth you have to find if you want to get to the level that Becky Lynch is at. It shows there are still weaknesses within Valkyria's.
Just like that. Oh, wait a minute. And for a backslide, Becky able to counter. And now Lynch down. Oh, look at an armbar here. Trying to lock an armbar in. Lyra doing a great job trying to block it down the separation.
Disarmer reversed nicely there.
And now Lyra with an armbar of her own on Becky. She almost set Becky up with an disarmer and then turned it into an armbar. And now
Can you pick it up,
Becky Lynch.
You don't move it up to a 7.5.
Trying to get into
I
a
like
pretty
it so far.
combination here. And Becky Lynch now, there it is! There's the disarmer! The disarmer now on Lyra! Will she get the champion to tap out?
Yep,
So Lynch diligently trying to dig this one out, and clearly, like Lyra Valkyria knows just how dangerous that hole is.
And Lyra able to slip out of it. And now, man! Oh, went for the man in a slam! Lyra rolls into the cover! Almost had her! And this time, Becky connects! Man, handle, slam for the title! Kick out by Valkyria again! Becky Lynch second-guessing herself. Everything she's throwing at Lyra, and now she's lost it.
She's crashing up.
Crushing kick out by Lyra Valkyria. The confidence ebbing away from Becky Lynch, and now you see sheer panic in the eyes of the challenger, wondering what the hell she has to do to win this thing.
And we talked to Becky earlier today, and she was cocky, egotistical. And now Becky with a chair. You can't win the title with a chair, Becky. This is about the Intercontinental Championship.
This is Becky Lynch completely losing her mind at this point. Game plan out the window.
Well, the official, Jessica Carr, she doesn't want to see the match in that way either.
Be a huge favor to Becky Lynch there. Keeping this matchup alive. Wait a second.
So as Jessica Carr throws the chair out of the ring, Becky Lynch now has exposed the turnbuckle in the corner. The steel turnbuckle now exposed. The pad has been ripped off. Valkyria sends Becky. Oh, Becky Black almost got caught there. Nice German suplex released by Lyra. Valkyria with a big spin kick. And now Lyra. Second rope. Moonsault. This time it connects. This time to the pain. Kick out by Becky.
Well, both women giving it everything they've got, but their opponent has been equal to everything thus far.
Alright, then the match picked up. It started out as 6.5, then moved up to 7.5. Now moving up to 8.0 so far.
Fatigue that is the killer at this point. You know you've dropped your best shots, and it's not been good enough.
Lyra now putting Becky up on her shoulders. Becky again able to counter. Oh, second turnbuckle, not the exposed one.
Highly fortunate.
Another manhandle slam. Another cover by Lynch. Another kick out by Valkyria. Lyra Valkyria survives again, and Becky Lynch is beside herself.
The Lyra Valkyria is showing the world just how hard-wearing she is, tolerating massive levels of abuse, and this is getting super ugly.
Yeah, Becky Lynch is just, she's lost it. Doesn't know what she needs to do to put Lyra away.
I don't think Lyra Valkyria has any clue where she's at now. It's about to get even worse.
Blocked by Lyra. Now Jessica
This feud just started.
turnbuckle's been exposed. She's going to head out
Feud
to
just started.
grab the
They putting on a
pad.
good match so far
Meanwhile,
before the
Becky
feud.
went for another manhandle slam. Lyra Valkyria.
I thought it was gonna be like a squash match.
Nightwing, center of the ring. The official was out of position when she was doing her job.
Kick
And
out.
Becky to kick out.
Yeah, that extra beat has taken victory away from the champ.
It wasn't Jessica Carr's fault. She was doing her job, trying to put the pad back on the turnbuckle. A bit out of position, and that slight difference may have cost Lyra.
This is the referee completely unsighted to what's going on, trying to fix that clear and present danger in the corner. But that extra 1 second between the pin taking place and the count beginning was the difference maker. And Lynch is still alive in this one.
Lyra again with Becky up top. Is she going to try to deliver another Nightwing? Becky fighting back up. Lynch looking for another manhandle slam. Lyra rolls through. Shoulders are down now on Lynch. Kick out by Becky again. And Becky,
Thumb to the eye there, clearly not inadvertent, but highly effective.
going up Lyra. Lyra able to counter. Roll up her arm. Grabs the leg of Becky Lynch. And got her!
Oh!
Lyra retains.
Okay.
And Becky Lynch is
It's not
kicked off.
good to know.
And she's assaulting Valkyria. Lyra Valkyria wins, retains the title, and Becky Lynch, clearly frustrated, beside herself, has completely got off on Valkyria.
Well, physically,
Just by
both
that.
women gave it absolutely everything.
They moved the match up to 8.5 just by that. Just by the surprise rate.
This was just outfoxed, and now she is absolutely furious and go bananas.
And she's going to break Lyra Valkyria's arm here. More officials are headed into the ring to try to separate this situation. Lyra Valkyria, by the way, may have a broken nose. And now,
Demented look in the eye of Becky Lynch. Sometimes when you win, really, you lose in this game.
General Manager Adam Pearce finally out here to separate these two. The champion retains her title, but at what cost?
She mad
It
because
was
she
a hell of a
lost.
matchup, and it's a shame it had to end that way. We learned a lot about Becky Lynch tonight. We also learned a lot about the champion, Lyra Valkyria.
Tremendous courage and passion from both women, but it just exploded in the final moments there.
Lyra Valkyria, what a performance tonight, Wade.
She stepped up absolutely huge, outsmarting the veteran in those closing moments.
That was a good
getting
match.
the
Like I
W.
said, started off slow. Thought it was going to be a squash match. It went from a 6.5 to a 7.5 to
Take a look at some of the
8.5.
great action in this matchup.
So backlash, y'all cooking, nigga. Y'all cooking.
Champion. 3 manhandle slams, I believe. Becky Lynch.
Astoundingly, the young champion continuously kicking out and refusing to be defeated this evening.
I'll tell you one thing, Wade. I am each and every week more and more impressed with the guts and resolve of the champion.
Character performances after an incredible amount of attrition thrown at her over the previous several weeks. From Becky Lynch, you have to grow, you have to develop, and no matter what dirty tactics Becky Lynch tried tonight, Lyra Valkyria just said, hell no.
Had suffered a broken nose, but nonetheless, I'm going to say it right now, after this performance tonight, Wade Barrett, Lyra Valkyria has arrived.
Definitely alright.
For the first time in WWE history, an interactive documentary of the Bloodline. some of the most ferocious battles against the greatest warriors in the family. This year, we're going to give you a chance to right the historical wrongs and change history. Welcome to the Bloodlines Dynasty.
Rated T for Teen. Tomorrow on WWE LFG.
Time to whittle it down to 4. Who stays and who goes?
The semifinals throwdown.
This time to spin this some up.
Verbal jabs. You're a 2-minute segment before commercial break. To all-out action.
Pressure is at the highest level it's been.
It's go hard or go home. Who will advance to the finals? WWE LFG. Tomorrow, 8/7 Central, only on A&E.
What's up, WWE Universe? Guess what? SummerSlam, MetLife, 2 nights, and I'll finally be hosting.
What y'all got for dinner? What y'all having? I had old Charlie's. Had some chicken strips, string beans,
WWE SummerSlam
and some
at
yams.
MetLife Stadium. 2-day combo tickets on sale now.
What y'all had? Put in the chat what y'all had for dinner.
We gotta turn up!
Did you know 2-day combo tickets for SummerSlam at MetLife Stadium? JETS, Jets, in East Rutherford, New Jersey. On Saturday, August 2nd, Sunday, August 3rd are on sale now via Ticketmaster. But we're at Backlash tonight in St. Louis, which is brought to you in part by Jackpocket. Download the Jackpocket app and use code WWE at checkout to receive a free Mega Millions or Powerball ticket. Our main event tonight, 25-year rivalry renewed. John Cena versus Randy Orton. This was their first one-on-one match in OVW. There's more to this history, which I'll get into a little bit later on tonight, because tonight could be the final time these guys ever go one-on-one. The most recent one was back in 2017, 8 years ago. Every time these two have been in the ring, it has been a classic. You know, we'd like Mania history that the Intercontinental Championship will be defended in a fatal 4-way matchup. Fatal 4-way matchup. Penta was built for WrestleMania.
This title, but I'm the best that's ever held this title. It's been 5 minutes. I'm already the greatest ever.
23.
Greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time. Dirty Dom. I am the greatest Mysterio of all time. Have you held this title? I got better than you already. Crazy. It's only been like 30 minutes and I'm already the greatest.
What is next for Benton? The Continental Championship! Settle! 24 hours after crowning a new IC champ. Could we be doing it again? Mexican Destroyer!
Big head in the head.
You had to believe that Dirty Dom was going to have something up his sleeve. And suddenly, the Judgment Day is back in full strength.
I'm not done with you. Penta is coming for you. No fear for cowards. That's a time before we die.
The numbers game on Judgment Day will take down anyone who is on their own.
It's good. What up,
Penta
though?
is taking the WWE by storm.
Let me know if the chat messing up again. Y'all put something in the chat.
Doing his
Hope you just
first
watching.
championship in WWE.
Greatest living Mysterio of all time. And I'm already the greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time.
Mysterio! Penta! For the Intercontinental title at Backlash.
Yeah. Yeah.
25.
I wish I could show the screen, but they might block it, so I can't.
The following contest scheduled for one fall is for the Intercontinental Championship. Introducing first, the challenger from Ecatepec, Mexico, weighing in at 87 kilos, Penta.
He's the man who has taken WWE by storm. Not to mention, Wade, he's pretty damn cool. Penta looking for his first singles championship since arriving in WWE.
Physical charisma, 10 athletic ability, 110. This guy needs to be seen to be believed, and what a welcome addition to WWE.
It is quite the year so far, including being the Iron Man of the Royal Rumble match earlier this year, lasting over 42 minutes.
I love this song, it's entrance. That's hard.
Backlash is brought to you in part by Prime Hydration's
Shout out to
new
his brother,
flavor,
too,
Sour
Ray
Nova.
Phoenix.
With only 20 calories, 0 added sugar, BCAAs, and electrolytes, now available at Quick Trip. Penta's had quite the issue. Not only Dominic Mysterio, but also Judgment Day. Past couple of months.
Dirty Dog. That's funny, man. They actually took a chance on Dominic. Shout out to Dirty Dog. He came along
Look
with it.
who's with him.
His opponent from San Diego, California, weighing at 200 pounds, representing the Judgment Day. He is the Intercontinental Champion, Dirty Dominic Mysterio.
Maybe they are going to let Dom go alone tonight. You spoke to Dominic earlier today. He says the gear he's wearing tonight is a tribute to his godfather, Psychosis, from his Nicho the Millionaire days in Mexico. I remember him from the Mexicools. But nonetheless, you think that Dominic would have been humbled winning the Intercontinental Championship. In many ways, it's made him, well, more insufferable.
Humble? You get humbled if you lose a championship. You win a championship, your ego is perfectly entitled.
You don't have to act like a jackass.
To go out of control. And I like that Nicho the Millionaire reference, because Dirty Dom this evening absolutely looks like $1 million, as all of the housewives of planet Earth would agree with.
So, 30 seconds after he won the championship at WrestleMania, WWE social media caught him in the back in an interview, and he immediately crowned himself the greatest Intercontinental Champion ever. Now, dozens of Hall of Famers have held this prestigious title.
And some not Hall of Famers, let's throw that in too.
Well,
but you know...
So, okay, I'm sitting next to a former 5-time
Thank you.
Intercontinental Champion in Wade Barrett. Would you consider Dominic the greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time?
He's certainly neck and neck with me at this point.
My goodness.
So we're fighting it out for the top spot victory here, and Dirty Dom is #1 on his own.
And now, Dominic Mysterio moving the body shots to Penta. What does Dom need to do to knock off Penta here tonight?
Well, he's got to avoid this jaw-dropping athleticism, this blink and you'll miss it kind of offense. Hit and move, and try somehow around Penta.
Dominic with an impressive move of his own. And hey, I've said this over the past few months. I've been very impressed with the maturation process of Dominic Mysterio in the ring.
Finally, Michael Cole says something nice about Dirty Dom.
Oh, backstabber.
Ooh, only took you about 3 years, Cole.
A lot better than Carlito's. Here's the cover. Hooking both legs and a kick out by the champion. I said his athletic ability and his in-ring prowess. I said nothing about his attitude.
You don't have to like his attitude, Cole. He's continuously proving the doubters wrong, and I know it grinds your gears that this kid is everything he said he ever was.
Penta hung up on the top rope by a wily Mysterio, who drives Penta now out to the floor. Here comes Dominic. Dominic with a suicide dive. Oh, turned it into a DDT. What a move by Dominic Mysterio.
That right there is up there with the greatest DDT you will ever see. That is how good Dirty Dom is.
I agree with you, Ray. That was absolutely incredible. Turn a suicide dive into a DDT, back into the ring, breaks the count, and now mocking Penta.
The only problem with that DDT is that it happened outside the ring, and you couldn't immediately capitalize with a pin. But wow, Dirty Dom.
Eddie Ringo looking out on his... Oh, that was just fired up Penta. And now chop after chop outside the ring.
I'll say this right now.
Steps.
Dirty Dom is outmaneuvering one of the best movers in WWE in Penta. Nobody saw that coming.
Penta was driven hip first into the corner of the steel steps. And now Mysterio celebrating and back on the attack. And you know what? I gotta say, I like the aggressiveness of Dom here.
He's doing everything right thus far. It's all working. It was the mother of all coming out parties, defeating 3 top names at WrestleMania to become the champ, including his potential victim this evening.
Yeah, and not to mention he pinned his fellow Judgment Day member, Finn Balor, and I don't believe Finn has gotten over that yet. Cover now by Mysterio. Hook of the leg. Penta kicks out. Now, you really believe Finn Balor has just forgotten the fact that Dominic pretty much stabbed him in the back at WrestleMania and pinned him to win the Intercontinental title?
Finn Balor is a winner. Of course, he doesn't like it. He's never going to be happy he lost a match to anybody. But eventually, you accept it and you support your brother-in-arms in the Judgment Day, Dirty Dom.
And now again, this vicious attack by Mysterio and Penta, and Dominic has been dominating thus far. Dominating Dominic.
Oh, look at you, eh? The gift of the gab, Michael Cole.
And again, Penta grabbing the bottom rope this time. And forces a break.
That's a little cockiness too far there from Dirty Dom Mysterio. We've got to take care of the basics in this game.
Dominic Mysterio handed Penta his only singles loss in WWE. That happened back the night after WrestleMania with the title on the line, thanks to the return of J.D. McDonough, helping Dominic keep the title that night. That's another thing that ticked off Finn Balor. Well, nobody told Finn that J.D. was returning to WWE after that horrific injury.
You get ticked off for a couple of minutes, then you sort it out in the back, you have a quick chat, high five, welcome back, brother, let's move on.
Dominic, a former 2-time NXT North American champion, as well as tag champ. Of course, with his dad, Rey Mysterio. And Penta now looking to build some momentum. There's the sling blade, and Penta looking to turn things around.
Yeah, that showboat from Dom may come back to haunt him here. It's allowed Penta a way back in.
Penta, one-time world champion in Impact, AAA Latin American champion, of course, numerous tag titles, and his brother Ray Phoenix is over now on Friday Night SmackDown.
Penta's not quite moving as well as he normally does. Taking a little while to get up there, but this could be extreme danger.
And Penta now takes out Dominic with a cross body from way above the ring.
So that side of Penta that you mentioned earlier, getting drilled into those ring steps in the early goings, it's clearly affecting Penta in a big way, immediately recoiling after connecting with that crossbody.
Again, champion's advantage. Penta has to pin or submit Dominic to win the title. Referee now in a count of 4.
Penta's looking like he's struggling to breathe at this point. And the effectiveness of that high-risk move is really neutralized when it takes this long to try and pounce. And look at the agony racking the body of this luchador.
And for a man like Penta who flies around the ringway, that cannot be good. Dominic with a great game plan tonight. What a kick right into the midsection by Dominic. And now Dominic going to swivel the hips here. And Penta not allowing the second of the 3 amigos to happen. Great move by Dom again. In position. Go listen to his dad. 619 does it the opposite side, however. Penta was ready for it. Now Penta launching himself up over the top. For the championship, Dominic in 2.
Crucifix pin there from Penta, but again, Penta is writhing in agony. Take another look back at this high-risk offense, this vertical crossbody coming right down the throat of Dirty Dom, followed by this crucifix pin. There's still life in Penta, despite the level of assault he's had to absorb thus far.
And it's been a great performance thus far by Mysterio.
Oh, brilliant!
Here it is. Put that from his girlfriend, and a kick out by Penta. Dominic just delivered Oblivion, which is won Liv Morgan championships in the past, and almost had Penta taken out. Remember, Liv's off doing a movie. Dominic obviously misses her. Paid a little homage to his girl right there.
Nice little tribute to Baby Cakes, Liv Morgan.
What?
Baby Cakes, that's what they call each other.
Or do you call her that? Big kick now by Penta. Baby kicks. Penta now up to the top rope. Dominic trying to fight back. Penta out to the apron. Been a great matchup. Very vocal crowd all night long. Dominic now on the apron. Penta able to counter momentarily. Catches Dom in the temple. Oh boy. Penta now. Oh, Mexican Destroyer on the apron. You gotta be kidding me!
Oh, that's a complete killer blow there for Dominic Mysterio.
I was wondering how long this was gonna take. This goofball Carlito now wandering out here.
What up, Dom? I'm back.
Dominic Mysterio and he's
Wait, over here! Balor and JD McDonough just bounced over the barricade. The referee is with Carlito and...
Oh, what an excellent game plan.
Finn, what was Finn? What the hell was Finn waiting for? Finn took forever. And he got caught. Come on now. Balor had Penta dead to rights. He fiddled and farted around for a while, then he went to get a chair, and now the official sends him back to the locker room.
Don't blame Finn Balor. He was trying his best as referee. Just raised his shot for once.
Oh my God, JD McDonough's even upset with him. Whatever the plan was, it obviously backfired, and now Dominic Mysterio's left alone. And Penta, on the top, Pompeo, Carlito.
Penta.
Well, Judgment Day wiped out. I think Finn Balor managed to get out of the way at the last second. But whatever game plan was there clearly did not play out as Judgment Day wanted.
And could Penta be closing in on his first singles championship in WWE? With Balor back out here again. I thought they sent him packing. Hey! El Grande Americano! What the hell? Chad Gable! Americano! Whatever! With that loaded mask! That steel plate in his mask! The official was dealing with Balor!
The new WWE speed check.
Frog splash!
He ain't finna turn on him. Let's see.
Are you been drinking? It's not Gable, it's El Grande Americano, the world's greatest luchador.
Wait a minute, Chad Gable has had an issue with the luchadors for months and months now. Then he shows up in this goofy mask, and now he's taking out Gable. He's taking out Penta. This is insanity.
Well, this is Pentagon for both trying to take out the entirety of Judgment Day in one fell swoop. He missed one of them. Finn Balor and the distraction of Balor when he came back allowed El Grande Americano to hit that devastating headbutt that has taken out the likes of Ray Phoenix.
7.5.
Bottom line is Balor had to do something, so he almost screwed things up for Mysterio. And then El Grande Americano shows up out of nowhere. And, you know, for Penta, this is insane, Wade. Penta, this was a 4-on-1 fight for Penta tonight.
Well, ultimately, the big victor
Dominic Mysterio
is the greatest luchador on planet Earth. Dirty Dom Mysterio, who retains the gold. Great job.
You're sick.
Launch the Slayer.
They fear him, and so your dominion over hell is not absolute.
The time is now. All the power of hell.
We got 2 people in here. It's good. What up, though? Man, last time I seen it, it said 5 people in here. Look at Shout out to y'all, the 2 people that's watching. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate everybody, really. Everybody hit the like button.
2024.
See how many likes I get before I come back on. Hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. That's what the contest be saying. The creators be saying. They be like, hit the like button, hit the like button.
I'm The Miz, and I'm bringing Old Spice Total Body to the WWE Performance Center. Old Spice Total Body slams funk into oblivion. I can smell my own beer again. Scent of coconuts and palm trees puts odor in a submission home. It is so gentle on the skin.
When 1 hour in,
So when you're stinking up the joint, turn to Old Spice Total Body and become the 24/7 freshest champ.
What up, though, to that one person? What's good? Welcome to the stream. Hit the like button. Hey,
Later tonight, Montreal is back in focus as the center of the fight universe. The newly minted welterweight champion, Mullah Muhammad, makes his first title offense in the Great White North against Aussie Jack Della Natalea. It's 3:15 is available for purchase right now. Head to UFC.com/PPV for more information. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Monday Night Raw comes live to Louisville, Kentucky this coming Monday night. Finn Balor, AJ Styles, in what many would consider a dream matchup, one-on-one this coming Monday night. War Raiders still trying to prove that they want another title opportunity against the champs, the New Day. The New Day said we'll both do the American-made, the Creed brothers first. That happens Monday night on Raw, live on Netflix. Rhea Ripley's back, and she's going to team with the women's world champion, Io Sky, to take on the upstarts, Roxanne Perez and Julia, in tag team action Monday night. And also live on Netflix from Louisville, Kentucky, CM Punk. We'll hear from Punk for the first time since WrestleMania, live on Monday night. 2 weeks from tonight, we're in Tampa, Florida, on NBC for the return of Saturday night's main event.
We don't know.
And Jey Uso will defend his World Heavyweight Championship against Logan Paul on Saturday night's main event. Speaking of Saturday night's main event, 40 years ago this weekend, Saturday night's main event on NBC, Randy Orton, his father, Cowboy Bob Orton, in a matchup with Hulk Hogan. Only appropriate was 40 years ago this weekend with his son Randy Orton heading into the main event later on tonight against John Cena. Mr. T. Piper involved in one of the most classic moments in WWE history. Speaking of Cena and Orton, we are in Randy Orton's hometown of St. Louis tonight. And these two men have been incredible champions. John Cena, of course, with 17 world titles, the most of all time. The Nature Boy Ric Flair has 16. Randy Orton is tied with the Hall of Famer, the Game's Triple H, with 14 world titles apiece. They meet for the undisputed WWE Championship.
To that one person that came in. What's happening? What's good? Kool25.
And here we have the Karate Kid fan section. These fans are feeling unstoppable. See Karate Kid Legends exclusively in theaters May 30th. Well, I'm going to be massively pro McAfee coming up next because in just a few moments, my partner and friend,
sorry, Pat McAfee
steps into the ring to face the ring general, Gunther. Well, Pat's bravery prevails. Will Gunther get away unpunished again? I know who I'm pulling for.
VC to the Gulags, dog. It's over with.
Next.
But I already know Pat McAfee gonna put up a good fight.
The legacy of this great sport and the World Heavyweight Championship belong to me.
This particular WrestleMania will be one that Jey Uso will remember for the rest of his life.
Jey Uso's world champion, Gunther, tapped out.
I'll grab my charge.
You did it, Jay. Gunther tapped out. Jey Uso winning his first world championship, tapping out the ring general, Gunther, who for the second year in a row at WrestleMania lost to a massive underdog. I'm sick and tired of future. Michael, if you got something to say to me, tell me right now.
I'm doing my job. I'm not the one who tapped out.
Go close the top door.
Check my battery.
Gunther has been fined an undisclosed amount and suspended indefinitely.
Alright, we're on 50%.
I think there's a lot of people.
We're halfway, we're on good time.
Who the hell I
Yeah, I
am.
already
You must
50% on
ride
battery.
for those that
At this
ride for
50%,
you.
and that's when I
You're
charge
either
phone back
with
quick.
me or against me.
I'm just gonna go.
You got a
go
problem
down
with Cole? You got a
15.
problem with me, Gunther? I want to fight Gunther ASAP.
We can lift the suspension on Gunther in a sanctioned contest at Backlash.
Deal.
Hit the light, boy. Hit the light.
I'm going to show up more focused than ever before. I'm going to maul you. I'm going to grab you by the head and drive it into this mat. You've gotten jaded. You've gotten too damn comfortable. It happened with Sami Zayn. It happened with Jey Uso. And on Saturday, you're going to underestimate me. And I'm going to prove to you and all these people that this version of Gunther is soft. Only the grace of God can lift my arms off your throat.
Hey, let's go!
Pat McAfee, you did.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, by way of Indianapolis, Indiana, weighing in at 240 pounds, Pat McAfee!
I'll be honest tonight, Wade, I am extremely nervous. I'm extremely nervous. I feel sort of responsible for this man being in this predicament tonight. But I'm going to say what I said on the Countdown show. I'm going to apologize for two things tonight. One is getting Pat McAfee in this predicament, standing up for me tonight. And I'm also going to apologize in advance because for the first time really in my career, I am going to be very biased tonight in the call of this match. Pat McAfee, I want him to win. I want him to embarrass Gunther tonight for Gunther abusing us, assaulting us, laying his hands on us, not allowing us as commentators to have opinions. We should be able to give our opinions out here tonight. And I want Pat McAfee to put Gunther in his place for what he did to me and him a number of weeks ago.
Well, I appreciate the passion. I can't really argue with a single point you made, but I'll try and be the voice of reason at times during this match. Of course, I want McAfee to win too, but I'm going to let you know, this match is brought to you by Karate Kid Legends. 2 branches, 1 tree. See Karate Kid Legends exclusively in theaters May 30th.
Pat McAfee's had a number of matches, a handful in his career. Wade, he's been very successful. He's done it at SummerSlam, he's done it at WrestleMania. But listen, I understand he's going in there against a very vicious and a very violent man who's extremely upset over the fact that he is no longer world champion. He took that frustration out on Pat and I the night after WrestleMania, and it has led to this.
Look at you, you've already got your jacket up. I've never seen you quite so engrossed in anybody's matchup. And things may finally be settling down in the mind of Pat McAfee. The penny may be dropping. The time for talk is over. And oh my God, what a predicament you find yourself in against this man, the ultimate destroyer.
The problem is that you can't allow a man like Gunther to just run around and assault people. Wait, you and I, we have a job to do out here. You know, 28 years I've been doing this. 28 years I've sat at this desk. I've got beaten up. I've got my butt kicked. I've missed a handful of shows. I should be allowed to have some sort of opinion after 28 years. And now we're afraid to say anything that might piss somebody off. They're going to come over here and beat the hell out of us.
You're morally right, but it doesn't make Pat McAfee getting in the ring with this man anywhere close to right.
And his opponent from Vienna, Austria, weighing at 250 pounds, the Ring General.
Come on, Pat. Come on, Pat. I mean, if there's anyone that can pull this off, I believe it's Pat McAfee. Everything he's done in his life, his career to get to this point, hard worker, came from nothing, built an empire.
Let's go.
He's shown incredible athleticism in the ring. And Pat is in a tremendous shape and ready to go. Come on, Pat! Come on!
When it comes to Pat, I'm like you. I love the loyalty. I love the bravery. I love the attitude. But I hate the chances of this going remotely well.
Yeah, but
it gives me no happiness to admit
Wait,
that.
what if Gunther takes him lightly? What if he's already see the smirk and smile on his face?
Well, the gulf in ability in ring between these two, I feel like Gunther can take Pat lightly and still win.
Well, that's what started it all for us when they mentioned the fact that Gunther tapped out to Jey Uso to lose his world title at WrestleMania.
Well, that's not doing Pat McAfee any favors right now, reminding and goading this big Austrian powerhouse, lighting that fuse inside the mind of Gunther. And sooner or later, there's going to be an explosion.
The points we were making, Wayne, I think are valid. I mean, at WrestleMania a year ago, couldn't get the job done against Sami Zayn, one of the biggest upsets in WrestleMania history. Same thing happened this year against Jey Uso, because Gunther looked past both of those men, didn't take them seriously perhaps, and now just slinging Pat across the ring. And
oh, you're absolutely right. Look, Gunther has had fewer than a handful of defeats in his entire time in WWE. You can pretty much space them out by about 12 months, and you're telling me two are going to come back to back within 3 weeks of each other? I'm not buying it.
Well, McAfee hasn't had a real match in, what, a couple of years, and he's in there with this killer Gunther, who now just brutalizing him here in the early going. And I don't know what, I know why Pat's in there.
Pat acts first and thinks second. It's why he's been so successful in everything he's ever tried. But occasionally there is an exception, and this may be a way too far. Wow.
Went for the chop, and Pat able to move away. Pat showing a little bit of life here.
That definitely gonna put up a fight.
17,000
he ain't gonna win, unless he's surprised.
Gunther's just enjoying the sport of this right now, but make no mistake, tonight is not about sport, it's about soothing the damaged ego of Gunther.
Let's go, Pat. Collar and elbow tie up now. McAfee with a headlock. The official in this matchup, Dan Engler, and out. Sent out to the apron. Pat hanging on. Interesting that Pat with a clean break, and now just mocked by Gunther and a big right.
Oh, all right, that'll wake up.
And McAfee, and again, you just see the inexperience of Pat as he tried to come up over the top and
over exuberance.
Oh goodness!
Pat McAfee, welcome to the greatest, most unstoppable force Europe has ever created.
And overzealousness is the way to put it. I mean, Pat can't get cute here. He's just got to try to take the fight to Gunther, or this is going to happen. And Gunther now with a kick right to the shoulder, and things are about to get nasty here. Pat, though, not giving up. Pat with a couple lefts, some body shots to Gunther. Right hand out, a chop of his own. And Gunther wants some more.
It's just bouncing off Gunther.
Bring it, Pat, bring it. Oh, and that one just dropped McAfee.
I mean, the gulf in power between the shots from these two is so obvious. About 10 unanswered from McAfee. Now watch yourself here, Cole. Don't get too excited. Stay in your lane. I mean that for your own protection.
I can only imagine what that chop feels like this.
I never want to find out. I hope Pat is in a position to one day tell us.
Pat is. I don't even think Pat knows where he's at now. There's another top dropping Patton.
And look, I know you're excited, Cole, but as the seconds tick by, a victory here for Pat McAfee.
What does this prove? Seriously, what does any of this prove for you? Just pin him and be done with it. Just move on.
I don't know if you should be talking back at Gunther at this point. This is what
I'm telling him to have some mercy and just finish this thing.
Look, the aim of the game is to stay out of Gunther's way. Both you and McAfee have failed miserably at that, and these are the consequences.
Hold on, don't tell one person. I'll be right back.
Pat with the elbow, Pat moves out of harm's way. And now Pat with a kick. Remember,
right back.
Former Pro Bowl punter, kick to the spine. And Pat a bit shocked as Gunther makes it back to his feet. Pat breathing pretty heavy here. You would expect that. Snap there now. And Gunther with a kick to the spine of his own.
Well, I'll tell you right now, you could be a top marathon runner, a brilliant NFL player, a premiership footballer. You don't have the same kind of in-ring
Come on, Pat!
As Gunther has at this
Come on, Pat! Come on! Dig down deep one time. One big blow. Come on, Pat. What do you got left? Come on, Pat. Come on, Pat. Oh, Pat's still on his feet after that chop. Pat delivered another one. about his business. Lance McAfee, cover him. Cover him. No, you cover him.
Gunther's inviting you in, Cole. I suggest you sit your backside down on that chair and break eye contact. Take a look at this. Just when a chop bounced off Gunther, the reply was swift. A big size 15 boot to the kisser of McAfee.
Come on, Pat, come on!
I do feel like Gunther can end this at a moment's notice if he wished to, but I think he's enjoying this too much.
What I miss?
The fans are all over him, Pat. Come on!
Hey, young guy.
Why do you end the fight? Just end it. Oh! Well, that woke Gunther up. German suplex released. And things are starting to get ugly.
Yeah, it's a full body assault on Pat McAfee.
Hit it, just hit it. Can you end this thing, please? Gunther, just end the damn match.
The more you ask, the less likely he is to do so, Cole.
What has he got to prove here? I mean, he's already beat the hell out of the guy. I mean, you can end it right here.
Making a point. He is beyond reproach from the immortals on the gaslighters, and here we go. The lights are fading out, thanks to Colin Pat McAfee, and mercifully, this one is on its way to being over. Well, no!
Pat trying to fight out of this. Pat said he was trying to talk to some people about how to get out of this hole. Another German suplex to McAfee. Okay, hit him. 1, 2, 3. Just end this thing. Just end it.
Cole, you're appealing for compassion.
Well, he's made his point.
I get you.
Okay?
Gunther's mind is a compassion-free zone at this point.
The guy, he's made his point.
You're appealing to logic, but it's falling on deaf ears.
Okay. No, I ticked you off. End this match now and be done with it all.
You have to bite your tongue when you're in close proximity to Gunther at the moment.
Just asking to end the match, Wade.
I get it.
I'm not saying anything.
I get it. This has never been about the 1, 2, 3 for Gunther. He knows he's got that in the bag whenever he feels like it. This is now a public spectacle.
Public flogging is what it is. Come on, Pat! Pat trying to hang on. Fans coming to life here. Pat trying to stick in this thing. Elbow well placed. Here comes Pat. Come on, Pat. Little rally here. Little rally. You've been against the wall before. You've been against the wall before. Come on.
Gunther's walk. Come on, Pat.
Landing on his feet. Gunther from behind. Pat lands on his feet again. Kick into the spine. Here comes McAfee. Come on, Pat. Come on, Pat. Come on. Do something here. To the jaw. Cover. And a kick out. Gunther quickly back to his feet, right McAfee's face.
Pat McAfee has a foot like a traction engine, capable of an 85-yard punt, and it just bounced off the steel jaw of Gunther.
We knew this wasn't going to be pretty. It wasn't going to be a 5-star wrestling match. It was going to be a vicious fight. And now Gunther begging for more from Pat, and Pat delivering chop after chop. One by Gunther again. Pat still on his feet. How much does Pat have left? That was a big chop by Pat. Pat still on his feet, still hanging in there. Pat giving it everything he has. Big right, come on, Pat.
Well, Pat McAfee has already blown away expectations. Pat, you've already morally won this.
I completely agree.
My God.
And McAfee's still in this, slugging it away with Gunther. McAfee may have the upper hand here.
And Gunther's covering up.
And Pat,
oh my God.
Big kick, Gunther's in trouble again. McAfee again with a super kick.
Gunther's wobbled. Finish the job, Pat.
Oh, caught. And now, Gunther going for a powerbomb on McAfee, and he delivers it. End the damn match. Just end it now. Enough of this. End the match. You got him beat. Enough of it. You got him beat.
Well, Gunther getting wobbled there might be as good as it gets for McAfee, and now the torturous Boston Crab applied center of the ring. Pat McAfee swore blind he would never tap out. Cole, sit down, Cole.
Michael Cole.
What are you doing? Michael Cole is looking down, just the absolute nutcase. McAfee coming back alive. Inches away from that bottom rope. but the ring general got the transitions the whole are now staring into the eyes of Pat McAfee's best buddy, Michael Cole, continuing
Good
to
story,
torture
Michael Cole, Pat
But
McAfee.
Cole, get the hell out of danger.
Listen to the crowd. Michael Cole. They got Michael Cole
I
chant.
cannot help you from here.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that is a 58-year-old man. Get the hell off him, Doctor. What the hell are you doing? Oh my God. Oh no! Get back of it! Well, mercifully, somehow Michael Cole has scrambled out of there. As Gunther still in hot pursuit. Turns his back on Pat McAfee with the O'Connor run. Oh, 2 count. Almost the biggest shock of all time in this industry, and Michael Cole still in too close proximity to Gunther as this match continues. Cole driving the ball. Reverse. Oh, lateral press 2 3/4.
I actually like it. They making us care about the match and the feud, the storytelling behind the match and everything. I like it.
Sleeper locked in deep on the ring general.
Pat McAfee got a lot there.
Massive lariat connected with the jaw of
Cole,
Pat McAfee. And once again, the class, the power, the strength of this Austrian destroyer coming to the fore. And Pat McAfee is now being put to the sword. There's simply no way out. Give up, Pat. And Pat McAfee somehow continuing to attempt to fight through this. The inevitable demise. Gunther getting the hooks in deep. The fun is truly over. Pat McAfee's face turning huge. Get in there, referee, and just end this damn thing. Oh, God, Pat. Well, it's miraculous. And Pat McAfee summoning strength on Gunther.
What up to that one person? Hit the light bulb.
With his face turned a completely inhuman shape. Just end it, Pat. Give up. His eyes dark like pits, and that is over.
Passed out.
Get Pat McAfee some medical attention immediately.
Your winner, the ring general, Kool25.
While Gunther beats Pat McAfee here at Backlash, which should come as a surprise to nobody. But the guts, the resolve, the effort from Pat McAfee is something I will be applauding until the end of my days.
Good match though.
And even Gunther,
Pat McAfee put up a good fight, but we knew he wasn't winning.
seems astounded.
I get that match. I get that 8.5. Oh, we already knew that.
McAfee,
They just had a
a
good story
announcer
to it.
here in WWE. But the danger is truly still present. Watch yourself, lads. Wow. A rare show of respect from one of the greatest this industry has ever seen, Pat McAfee. We are so proud of you. What an effort. And how much abuse did Pat McAfee force himself through this agonizing Boston crowd? Desperately well done by Michael Cole, who left the desk as called to continue to talk. Michael Cole subsequently get dragged in the ring, that distraction opening a brief window for McAfee to pull off the ultimate of shot. This was Michael Cole holding the leg of the ring general, perhaps the greatest chance McAfee had of pulling off that all-timer shot. It wasn't quite enough, and as the sleeper was hopped in, a reversal immediately from Gunther following this clubbing like lariat. And the sleeper locked in, the hooks deep, Pat McAfee fading, the eyes turning to dark pits.
31.
Pat McAfee, that was absolutely incredible. A well-deserved standing ovation for a man who performed above and beyond this evening at Backlash. Thank you, Pat McAfee. As we try and catch our breath here, let's go and take a special look at the new movie Karate Kid Legacy, starring Ralph Macchio and Jackie Chan. Two legends unite.
Chance goats.
You knew Mr. Miyagi? I came looking for you.
Jackie Chan.
He needs help.
Karate Kid Legends. Exclusively in theaters May 30th.
Wheatley American Vodka is for hardworking people with true American spirit. People who never just mail it in.
Oh, a thing of beauty!
People who rise to the occasion.
Here we go! Boom!
Men and women who know how to get the job done.
From the top!
And when the day is over, nothing's better than celebrating with something truly American.
Wheatley is so good, I'm drinking deep.
On June 7th, Los Angeles hosts two epic events. WWE Worlds Collide, featuring Triple A Lucha Libre.
All gas, no brakes. Here we go.
And WWE Money in the Bank.
The opportunity of a lifetime.
Lies above the rest. WWE Worlds Collide and Money in the Bank in Los Angeles, June 7th. Individual event tickets on sale now.
See what's next.
I knew Pat McAfee was crazy, but you showed me something else there, Cole. How you feeling?
I'm good. Feel for Pat. But listen, I said this a couple of weeks ago. I'm not going to let a guy like Gunther stop me from doing my job. And I've got to call one of the biggest main events in history coming up. So I'm going to be here to do my job. So let's get to work. WWE is coming to LA on Saturday, June 7th with Worlds Collide. That's at the Kia Forum. And Money in the Bank at the Intuit Dome. Individual event tickets are on sale now via Ticketmaster. There's going to be plenty to talk about tonight on the Backlash kickoff show here in St. Louis. Takes place immediately following our upcoming main event. Of course, Triple H will be a part of that show. You see some of the other stars will be involved. Jackie, Biggie, and Peter taking over the festivities from there as soon as our main event is done tonight. You know, Wheatley American Vodka and WWE are proud to be joined tonight by Technical Sergeant Michael Perkins from the USO and Scott Air Force Base right here outside of St. Louis. Wheatley raises a glass to Technical Sergeant Perkins and all retired and active members of the U.S. military for your service. Final time of the night, we're going to show you some comparisons between two all-time greats in John Cena and Randy Orton. Combined 31 world titles. Another 15 other championships. Both have won Money in the Bank, both Royal Rumbles as well. But tonight, it is a rivalry reborn. For over 2 decades, two titans have defined era After era, John Cena defends his 17th championship against Randy Orton here in Orton's hometown of St. Louis. Can the Viper slay one more legend on his quest to regain the title, or will Cena's destructive farewell tour march on? Cena and Orton for the undisputed WWE Championship.
Winners write history.
Cena is a 17-time world champion.
When that hits zero, the title comes home with me. There is no one in the WWE with the strength, the wisdom, or the ruthless aggression. The last real champ is here. I have known you for 25 years.
If you look at that class, OVW, back in 2002, we were looking at the future of WWE.
Randy Orton and John Cena are amazing to watch rise together.
You would wait and watch from far away, but you always knew that you'd be the one to work while they all play. You lay awake at night scheme.
One of the youngest, most charismatic WWE superstars is going to ascend to greatness.
John Cena has become the rivalry.
What magic they made when they were in there together.
Nothing comes close to that.
Randy and John brought out the best in one another.
Randy Orton and John Cena were on parallel roads.
Both of those guys wanted the exact same thing, and that's to be
The biggest star this business has ever seen. I am going to ruin wrestling for everyone. In this weird, bizarre world where I'm a good guy and you're a bad guy, I figured out you are the latest legend that I have to put down. Put that title on the line and fight me. Come on! Randy Orton versus John Cena. You're not going to ruin wrestling, not over my dead body. What I am trying to do, Randy Orton, is when I leave here, 3 generations of your family is erased.
How dare you say that to me after everything we've been through? How dare you?
Randy Orton does not believe that John Cena is the last real champion.
Alright, I'm back. Baby, on this just see you did. Yeah. Give me another pill.
The undisputed WWE title match is brought to you by Weekly American Vodka. Weekly is the undisputed champ of smooth, and it's 10 times distilled because cutting corners isn't American. Tonight, they celebrate the superstars aiming to achieve their own American dream. Grab an American Mule today with Weekly, the official vodka of WWE. Please enjoy responsibly. I need one. After the night this has been.
You need more than one, I promise you that one. Don't worry, I'm buying tonight.
I still get goosebumps every time these two men grace the ring.
Anticipation.
$33. $35.
Knock your shit off. So.
following contest scheduled for one fall is for the undisputed
Main event time, main event time. Hit the like button, hit the like button.
Championship! Introducing first, the challenger from St. Louis, Missouri, weighing in at 280 pounds, the Viper, Randy and his opponent, he is the greatest of all time, the Unseen 17, here to grace St. Louis with his presence one final time. He is the last real champion, John Cena.
Alicia Taylor giving us that big fight feel here tonight. It was August 9th of 2001. Randy Orton and John Cena met for the very first time in a one-on-one match at an independent show called the Brian Pillman Memorial, back before they were a part of WWE. They would meet for the first time in OVW, Ohio Valley Wrestling, back in 2002. They would go on to meet many times over the years in matches that have branched from SummerSlam to WrestleMania, to triple threats, to I Quits, to tables, ladders, and chairs into a 60-minute Iron Man match. They are dead even when it comes to wins and losses. And if this is the final time that these two ever meet, I can truly say that I've been honored and privileged to call many of these matches. And I'm sure in this match for the undisputed WWE Championship that Randy Orton and John Cena will tear the house down once again. And we start off with a collar and elbow tie-up. Wade, the key for Randy Orton to win his 15th World Championship.
Well, he needs to tap into that unadulterated hometown energy that is backing their boy here in St. Louis all the way to number 15.
What about for John Cena, the record-setting 17-time world champion?
Well, John Cena needs to tap into that bitter, resentful side that we saw at WrestleMania, the one that led him all the way to victory over Cody Rhodes, the one that led him to that record 17-time world championship. John Cena, in a nutshell, needs to take every shortcut and every low road available to him this evening.
You know, 17,000 plus tonight. You know, a lot has been made, of course, of the history that John Cena made at WrestleMania, 17th world title. Ric Flair, of course, now sits in second place with 16 world championships. Third on that list, tied for third, is this man, Randy Orton, the Hall of Famer, Triple H, with 14, Wade. An incredible feat.
I had a good chat with Randy Orton. We saw on our pre-show. Randy Orton claims he's got at least 10 years left in his body. And if he makes this number 15, then 17 will become tantalizingly close.
You know, I was sort of expecting that. John Cena, obviously, with his cheap little slap. That was just to play mind games. He knew it wasn't going to hurt Randy. Randy, who may be in the best shape of his life, and
was a poke in the eye.
Oh!
Payback!
And official Chad Patton gonna let a little bit go here tonight, as well he should.
And let me tell you, Cole, the difference at WrestleMania is that Cody Rhodes refused to take that low road with John Cena. He was too morally pure, and it came back to bite him. Randy Orton, historically, has had no issue whatsoever in taking whatever low road is available. All bets are off now, and I like that for Randy Orton.
And here's Cena now. back center of the ring. You know, for Randy Orton, I've said many, many times over the years, he has absolutely no absence of malice. He doesn't like anybody. And despite his growing popularity over the years, he's still the same old Randy Orton way.
Yeah, the personality doesn't change. Sometimes they love him, sometimes they hate him, but innately inside Randy Orton, there are those sadistic voices turning him to the dark side. And that is a massive benefit to Orton tonight if he's going to dethrone the so-called last real champ.
He had a tremendous sit-down interview with Randy on the Countdown show, Wade. Very open in a lot of the things that he talked about.
Yeah, I'll tell you right now, this is by far the most mature version of Randy Orton I have ever seen. Oh, he truly is, in 2025, the locker room leader that John Cena never was during his time on top.
Well, I mean, you would know better than I would since you spent time in the locker room, but I'm not sure if I agree with that statement. I think many people would believe Cena was a locker room leader for much of his career.
I completely dispute that. I think John Cena was about one man and one man only, and Randy actually echoed that in my interview with him throughout his career on top. John Cena put himself first and foremost, whereas somebody like Randy Orton is consistently giving
this also coming from the guy that headed up a group that tried to end John Cena's career. In fact, you had a match with Randy Orton at one point where John Cena was forced to be the referee in that match because of this whole silly Nexus situation you were involved in.
There's nothing silly about the Nexus. I was a young guy trying to punch up and make a name for myself. That's all that was. You can't blame young guys taking shortcuts like that. But Randy Orton is a man who certainly doesn't need any shortcuts this evening. Physically built to perfection. And now John Cena's taken a stroll.
You would have never seen this out of the old John Cena. Whatever happened to the hustle, loyalty, and the respect, and the never give up attitude of this man?
John Cena knows physically he cannot match the absolute best, so he has to take these shortcuts. And Randy Orton has said, hell no, you ain't getting away that easy.
Yeah, Randy Orton he wants an opportunity at the championship. Of course, he has to pin or submit John for that to happen. Interesting interview in Billboard magazine with Randy Orton. Among the subjects they talked about was the fact that, and here's Cena now with a clothesline, was the fact that Randy finds himself in this unfamiliar position of getting cheered when it always used to be Cena getting cheered when he faced Orton in the past.
Yeah, it's unadulterated at this point, and let me tell you, the entire locker room in WWE is completely united behind Randy Orton, this spiteful megalomaniac that 2025 John Cena has become. He does not own the history and the legacy of this company and that championship that he's currently in possession of.
Well, says he's going to retire with it because he's the, quote, last real champion. Still impressed with the shape that John's able to maintain with the schedule that he has. Dude, I can't lose a pound if I try.
Physically incredible shape is John Cena, and he showed that he absolutely does not have that ring rust at WrestleMania 41.
Punches St. Louis in unison, chanting along with Randy's punches.
Give him 20 more, please, Randy Orton. And Cena now on jelly legs. Not a good place to be when you're in that kind of proximity to a man as dangerous as Randy Orton.
Got two people in here. What's good? What up, dude?
And Cena kicks it too. Randy knew he wasn't going to pick up the win there. That was more psychological than anything else.
Well, it's the methodical pacing that has made Randy Orton one of the absolute greatest of all time, and now that garbage stomp being targeted across the frame of John Cena.
I think we've named it the Orton stomp by now. And wait,
I'm old school, pal.
You mentioned this way you found that one. I thought it was really interesting, the methodical style of Randy Orton. That's the style that Cena worked against Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania, and it really helped John in that matchup, but now he's in a match against a guy like Orton who does the same thing.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. So Cody Rhodes is a much faster-paced superstar than John Cena allowed him to be at WrestleMania 41. Cody was baited into that. If Cena wants to take things slow tonight, that entirely plays into the wheelhouse of the Viper Randy Orton, who looks a different class to the champ this evening.
Randy with a Knee to the face of Cena in a kick out. And let's not forget, I mean, let alone the fact that his dad is a Cowboy Bob Orton. We mentioned 40 years ago this weekend, the big match with Hulk Hogan at Saturday night's main event. But, you know, he also learned the trade and all the tricks in the book from not only Triple H, but the Nature Boy, the dirtiest player in the history of the sport, as part of Evolution.
Well, we talked about that low road. No finer tutors in history to give you a roadmap on how to excel on that low road. Well, drop the hammer at the right time against John Cena, who certainly is not going to give up easily in this one.
Yeah, Cena looking for a slipper now on Orton. Got him caught center of the ring. Not sure if John has it all. And now he might. John putting his entire pressure on the body of Randy. Randy's massive frame able to hold John up at least momentarily, but John trying to wrestle him down to the mat.
Yeah, we saw that montage of the history between these two. You can see from the frame alone how much the physique of Randy has changed over the years. Once upon a time, he may well have collapsed when John Cena was on his back, not here.
Uh-oh, now
Orton way stronger.
Yeah, the Viper wrapping himself around John Cena. More like a chin lock applied here. Wrestling John down to the mat now to one knee.
Randy's done a hell of a job of keeping his ego and his anger intact so far.
Oh, now John turns it around to a sleeper of his own. Now remember, this is Cena's first title defense since he won the championship in WrestleMania. He's not had a match since then. Randy Orton now locks up John again. Now John into one of his own.
Well, these two know each other so well.
That back suplex brings both men down in the center of the ring. Again, senior official Chad Patton working this match tonight.
It's going to be incredibly difficult for either one of these two to catch the other by surprise this evening.
You know, Wade, we talked earlier, no one ever thought that someone would knock off the 16-time world championship record held by Flair. Cena did it. Now people are talking about the fact that nobody's ever going to get to 17, but if Orton's talking about hanging around another 10 years, he may do that.
Yeah, it's only Randy Orton who's in with any form of chance right now, that's for sure.
Shoulder tackle now by Cena. Orton goes down again. And John, and there's that spin slam by Cena, and John Cena's got Orton where he wants him. Will he give the fans what they want?
Muscle memory for Cena, and hats off to Cena, not even breathing heavy.
Mockingly. And now John with the five-knuckle shuffle across the forehead of Orton.
Well, he's a knob, but he's absolutely capable of tapping into that historical best, and here we go, Gold.
Cena looking for an AA, and Orton who's able to slip out from behind. Randy now in the clothesline. Now Orton starting to pick up the pace. It is May. It is the final number of months in John Cena's legendary career. He wants to retire as champion. Orton has something to say about it tonight.
We're talking about tapping into historical best. Randy Orton doing what he does like nobody else.
And Cena's in trouble here. He's been in this position before. It's a draping DDT, but Cena, great move. Cena rolling up Orton here. And again, these guys know each other so well, Wade.
Yeah, when you know the
now Cena looking for the SPFU.
Randy blocking it so well. Keep those hands where they are, Randy.
John trying to lock it in, but Randy Orton able to block at least momentarily. John's able to slip it in there, though. He doesn't have all of it. As Orton now trying to drag John to the ropes.
Yeah, Cena desperately trying to rear back and stretch that spine of Randy Orton, but Randy perhaps at this point at least too powerful to allow him to do so.
And John Cena realizing that looks to grab it and drag Orton back toward the middle of the ring, and Randy creates some space.
Simply got to stay away from the heaviest hitters, and here we go again.
And this time now, vintage Randy Orton with a draping DDT. And I think Randy, as he recuperates, may start hearing some voices.
Well, I've tasted that DDT many times from Randy Orton, and things never went well in the aftermath. Randy shrugging off some pain in that lower back from that STF attempt.
The Viper is coiled. The Viper is ready to strike. Went for the RKO. Cena blocked. Cena now with Randy up on his shoulders. Attitude adjustment. Wait a minute. Both men down.
Oh, he was trying to call him with an RKO and coming down.
Okay.
What happened?
Figure this out.
Massive amount of effort there from Johnson.
And look at this.
It's all good.
Right there.
We missed it.
Yes. Cena went for the AA. Randy went for the RKO.
Oh, yeah, with the RKO.
Just shows you how lightning fast the reactions of Randy Orton are in real time. We were oblivious to
feel like we back in 09.
Yeah, incredible. Cena delivering an AA while Randy countered at the same time with the RKO.
And Cena smelled victory
hit the light button.
But taking it away at the death is the unrepentant Viper.
It's amazing. So many years of watching these two do battle, and it's just each and every time. And just so blessed to be out here, Wade, to watch these two all-time greats go at each other.
Two most iconic professional wrestlers of this millennium.
And you share the ring with both of them. That's incredible. Oh!
Yeah, they rarely had any form of success.
But watch it.
1A and 1B.
Now Randy Orton fires back. And a big uppercut by Randy. I'll tell you, 17,000 plus have been invested. And not only, oh, wait a minute. AA by Cena. Turretay on Orton. Cover. Catch out by Randy.
Well, that time Randy Orton just had no answer. You have to hit this blocked by those massive shots from John Cena. Randy Orton having to dig deep to protect the legacy of not only his family, but this entire industry.
I was going to say 17,000 invested in every move in this match tonight. In fact, they've been invested in every move of every match tonight. And what has been an incredible show. Three title retentions so far tonight. Cena trying to make it 4. Now, Randy Orton up on his shoulders again, able to use those long arms to hang on to the top rope. And the momentum now. This is wildly seen off the ropes again. There's another shoulder tackle to Randy. Randy, RKO!
Hey,
Come
RKO.
on, Randy! Looking for the pin here! And John Cena rolling out of harm's way. Randy could not capitalize.
Oh my God, John Cena picking up the pace on this one. Randy Orton with a desperation throw of the RKO. So much has been taken out of Orton, and he may have got a stinger at some point, trying to get some feeling back in the hands, grabbing the neck. Look at his RKO, so instinctive.
Oh, Randy's had
precision.
And wait, he's had neck issues, back issues, shoulder issues his entire career.
25 years at the top, taking on guys like John Cena will do that to your brain. Both of these men racked with countless injuries over the years. It's astounding they can still do this at the very top level.
It's been nearly 8.5 years. Oh, wait a minute. The legend killer wants to be the GOAT killer. Went for the punt. John Cena able to counter into another AA. Turretay, hook of the leg. Orton kicks out.
Wow, Randy Orton promised us a couple of weeks ago he was going to connect with a punt to the skull of John Cena. Excitement, overcommitted, turned his back briefly, and Cena was ready to pounce. But equal to it, somehow still Randy Orton. And I'm looking over at Orton in the ring, he keeps wiggling those fingers. I don't know how much feeling is left in there.
Big fight atmosphere, 17,000 plus sold out St. Louis tonight. Our main event at Backlash. Cena, Orton, once again. Perhaps the final time for the undisputed WWE Championship. And now, John Cena mocking Randy Orton. Big smile on his face off the reaction of the WWE fans in Orton's hometown. And now John Cena maybe lining up for a punt of his own. Randy Orton moves out of harm's way. Randy now went for an RKO. Orton shoved into the official. I'm not sure that was a lifted invert by Cena. But nonetheless, the official Chad Patton's down.
Yeah, that was a heavy line for Chad.
Now down Cena with a third AA delivered to Randy, but John is very well aware there's no official right now.
Yeah, how many times do you see people dive on a pin in that situation? That is 25 years of experience of John Cena, knowing full well he's on a hide into nothing. But with the referee down, what the...
you know, John is staring down at the title. Remember what happened at WrestleMania when Cody Rhodes wouldn't pull the trigger, wouldn't use the championship.
Well, you can go as low as you want at this point. You can't see me. Referee can't see it.
Why? Why?
That was the answer, history. I mean, you've already made history, John.
You made history. You didn't have to act like this.
Well, he's trying to own history, that's the point. That's why he wants to retire with that championship and with the referee down. Randy Orton. Oh, KO out of nowhere! But again, there's no official. But the Viper is struck. Cover on John. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, Chad just came too, but not enough. And Cena kicks out. Randy Orton knew that was his opportunity, and Cena is now reeling.
Well, what a roller coaster. 60 seconds this was, swinging back and forth, both men looking to be closing in on the win. Randy's in a bad way, but I think John Cena is even worse off at this point.
Oh, Chad Patton, I'm not even sure he can breathe.
Not bullshit.
Oh boy, get the hell out of the way, Wade.
We don't have to tell him twice. Oh God, you remember that pent-up rage that was supposed to be targeting at Kevin Owens? It didn't just dissipate. It's remained and it's been refocused on John Cena.
What are you talking about? This man's had pent-up rage for 25 years.
No, he didn't like that.
Oh, Cena now, Josh. Oh, man.
Power went head first.
Somebody get a doctor over here. Chad went head first into the steps.
Yeah, Chad Patton's gone.
And now John Cena sending Randy Orton off the ring post.
Well, the referee, Chad Patton, was trying to play with Randy Orton, speak some sense, get him back in the ring, and that was the moment John Cena capitalized and got straight back into this.
And again, I got to admit something here, Wade. John has been just a step quicker tonight to beat Randy Orton to the punch.
He's got that look on his face that he's loved every second of it so far. He's trying to embarrass and humiliate Randy Orton in his hometown.
Well, he's going to do that if he puts him to his table here. Just the scowl and the disgusting look on the face of, the disgusting look, I should say, on the face of Cena. And now John with Randy Orton up top. Focusing on the announce table now. Randy Orton, though, he's got John up on his own. And Randy Orton now. Look at this. Randy with an AA.
Oh, yeah, with that. On top of the table.
Hey.
On top of that table.
John Cena bouncing off the table.
Spotting first off this reinforced steel table.
And Randy's talking to himself now, and that's never a good thing.
You might want to get back on. You already dodged danger once this evening.
Randy now just dragging John Cena up, talking some trash as he's doing it.
This carnage. Referee Chad Patton is down, and I assure you, out. He's not coming back here.
Well, somebody better check on Chad. He's out. We need another official down here. Randy's beat the hell out of Cena, and I don't think he's done yet.
Well, a lot of walking wounded. Our medical staff are focused on a lot of the bodies that have been beaten up this evening. And things are about to get even worse. Judging by the actions of Randy Orton, who has found something he likes to look at.
And the fans do as well. Randy Orton, he's setting up a table, Wade. Randy Orton is now setting up a table. I mean, he's already put John into one and through one, and now he's got the hood over our announce table and he's tossing out of harm's way, and he's going to drag John Cena now.
Morales goes out the window, referee's down, take your chance, make this a street fight.
Now John fighting back, bouncing Randy off the steel steps here. Cena, Randy fighting back. Randy! Randy Orton using John's offense against him.
Well, a great pause from Randy Orton after the amount of energy he's exerted this evening. You can't blame him, but John Cena has banter right to this point. 2 tables he's been through.
But wait, there's a serious problem here. We don't have an official. This has turned into an all-out street fight, an absolute brawl. Referee Chad Patton's been down for a number of minutes. He went head first into the steel steps.
Well, we need a contingency plan because this match is continuing.
Maybe General Manager Pierce should figure out sending another official down here. It is awesome, guys, but Randy's not going to have a chance to win things if there's nobody to count.
Well, tactic at that point did unlimited damage until a referee finally shows up. There's nothing stopping you. Guarantee victory.
And Randy Orton now is coiled and ready to strike John Cena. Trying to come to now, trying to make it back to his feet. Orton is primed and ready. Randy Orton now, RKO to Cena.
Forehead to canvas.
Cover, wait a minute. Look who's coming. Look who's coming. Officially Orango into the ring. Cena takes it too. Not quite quick enough for Randy Orton, but we got another official in the ring.
Well, the frustration is palpable inside this arena. The hometown boy had it won, but somehow I'll give all the credit in the world. After going through 2 tables and tasting an RKO, John Cena refuses to die.
And now as Randy talks to the official, John Cena is stalking him from behind. Oh, the championship bounced off the face. RKO, the official's down again. Randy Orton's got the damn championship one again. And again, there's no official. And now General Manager Nick Aldis from SmackDown and a bunch of officials heading down to the ring, trying to get the official Eddie Orango to come to.
I'll tell you right now, I've seen many championship shots to the cranium in my time. That was about as hard a hit as I have ever seen. I'm not surprised as this was focused on the referee who's down. And Randy, of course, frustrated. He had this one.
Of course he did. Now he's yelling at Aldis, the general manager.
Get another referee, Nick.
And then he left.
After seeing 2 carcasses of referees who complained, nobody else will want it to run down. Get some...
RKO to Aldis, that'll be a fine. Another RKO.
Randy crashing it out.
The party in St. Louis. A frustrating an RKO after RKO. There are bodies everywhere. Carnage at the hands of a completely out of his mind Randy Orton.
Bodies everywhere, and now voices ringing in the ears of the sadistic psychopath. And who can blame Randy Orton for losing his rag at this point?
He had the title won a number of times in this match. John Cena is defenseless in the corner. Randy Orton is backing up into position. He tried to do this earlier tonight. I mentioned the Legend Killer. For many years, punted legends.
One final legend to kill.
Whoa.
How are you doing, Truth?
Coming to the aid of his longtime RKO. Truth, a longtime fan of Cena's, coming out here to to defend John. Low blow.
That's R-Truth's fault.
No, I mean,
R-Truth lives in an alternative reality.
He did come out here because he's a fan of John's, but the problem now, off the low blow, Cena has the championship gold in hand again, right off the skull of Orton. He gets rid of the evidence, into the cover. Again, no official, but coming to and dragging himself into the ring is Chad Pat. Pat's back into the ring. The cover now by Cena. Randy Orton is down and out, and John Cena retains the damn championship.
Sure.
Here is your winner,
Seems like he just went through a time capsule. With nostalgia. Johnson still check.
I don't even know what to say anymore, except the fact that the old John Cena never, in a million years, would have taken a victory like that.
Well,
which is what made him special. Wade, that is what made John Cena special.
Well, you're a reformed fanboy like a lot of people at this point, but this is the most desperate, soulless John Cena we have ever seen. But crucially, that's irrelevant right now. What is relevant is that John Cena is still the champ.
He wants to retire the title, the last real champion in his mind, and I mean...
Well, this was the second referee who got fouled. Eddie Orengo, championship shot to the skull, connecting with a flush RKO, and Randy had this one. This was the moment. This place should have come unglued, and Randy should have been the 15th-time world champion.
Randy's going to suffer a lot of fines after the carnage he left as his frustration is just
RKO party. Anyone in reasonable range took one. Our producers, our executives, Jamie Noble face first bouncing off the mat. And this was when Randy Orton lined up the plot and it should have been executed. That was the kill shot.
R-Truth out here to save his long-time buddy, I guess. Always a fan of Cena. Of course, with the officials still out, that was delivered the low blow weight, and then it was just a...
That distraction from R-Truth opened the window for John Cena to do the dastardly take it as low as you want. And Randy Orton at this point with that championship shot, he's out completely cold. You hope beyond hope there would be some way he could kick out of this. You know what? 3 count was in.
You know what makes me so angry about all this is the fact that that was a great match. John put on a hell of a show.
I know you can't see me, but can you hear me? Cut the damn music.
John, people say no. Let me see.
38.
I don't need music. What I need is competition. And I sure as hell don't need you. Drink it in, St. Louis, because this is what the last real champion looks like.
Let's see. I'll jump out the end. Let me see what they're gonna do now. You just walked up. Ain't they happy? Ain't there nothing going on? But yo, that was WWE Backlash. He did Backlash 2025. I give it a I get a 9 out of 10. First match, that was a banger. 10 out of 10. Second match, what was it? The women's match? I get that like a 7.5. Third match, they had me invested. It was a slow build. Yeah, who was the third match? Was it Penta and Dominic? Yeah, I think that was the third match. I give that a 7.5. The fourth match was a story between. Damn, who was the fourth match? I forgot. But the main event, that's a banger all day. 10 out of 10. So the final rating for the show I want to give is like I want to give the show a 9.5. If y'all like this type of content, let me know. Put in the content or put in the comments. Let me know if y'all like these type of live streams or if y'all want to just do regular reviews afterwards. Like, let me know. Just put in the comments. Lock in, tap in. It's your boy Too Cool. Stay tuned. We got more content coming. Bye.